unfair, the treatment that a lot of these female athletes get. And I'm gonna just be real, like, we all know that if we don't have the button pushers behind the people that's cutting the checks behind
it's not gonna move.
Women's sports, it's not gonna move. We can be out here marching and women empowerment all we want to, but at the end of the day, if you're not sitting in that office, cutting checks, making big decisions, it's not gonna move.
I'm gonna keep it a brick. Don't nobody want to watch that shit.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Counting Me Out podcast. I'm your girl, JQ, sports PR manager and personality.
And it's your boy Spoon, man, high school basketball coach, sports junkie, just really trying to figure it out.
We are so excited to have Santia Barnes in the building tonight. You guys might know her on social media as Track Baby, but this girl, I mean, she is doing it all. Social media influencer, female owner of a shoe company.
That's big.
And professional female football player. Thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me.
You can't beat me in no foot race. I'm
I
going to put that out there right now before we
10
even
months
get
after
going.
ACL surgery at all. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get that on camera maybe.
Let me know.
No, not no more. Not no more.
Y'all
Not no
know
more?
Bobby.
Not no
Oh,
more.
so now what?
Because there's a possibility. Slight possibility I could lose. It's just a slight one, though.
Slight?
Because
Okay.
there's a slight possibility I might lose.
That's
Too many cameras
crazy.
around.
But your strides would be longer though.
That don't mean nothing.
Oh, it doesn't?
That don't mean nothing.
Oh, okay.
That
Damn,
don't mean
Spoon.
nothing.
Oh, you just ain't seen me run. That's how you...
Unless you're looking like you said, but which I doubt. I'm not worried.
I'm going to just put this out there. 10,600 in high school. Look it up. Now, you seen her face when I said
In
10,600
high school?
in high school. That's why I said not no more. I don't want to run no more.
okay.
I don't want to run no more. There was a
That's
point
not
in
bad,
time,
though.
though.
That's not bad.
Not
I give you
bad.
that. I give you that. That's good.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's
that was
good.
not bad.
I mean, like high school is running like 9.9s now, you know? So, you know. That was good though back then. I give
What's
you
your
that.
fastest 100 time? This how you end all
We're not
the...
going to worry about that.
Right. This how you end all the back and
He
forth.
called it.
Ain't
Go
no,
ahead,
ain't-
JQ. Go ahead, JQ. Go ahead, JQ.
So before we get into the interview, we like to do some fire questions, right? So I'm going to ask you 2 questions and then Spoon has a question for you. Okay? So we want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, Lord.
Okay? Don't take all day. All right. So my first question is, what is your biggest fear?
Water. Deep water.
Do you know
That's
how
a
to
good
swim?
one.
Semi.
Okay.
No, that's
like
a good one.
doggy paddle. You know, actually, I'm learning though. I'm getting better. But
How
I
did you
can't-
learn how to swim?
She just said she
I
doggy
just
paddle.
started.
She don't know how to swim.
But you know, some people, they're just thrown into the water.
That's why I'm scared. Because I was thrown into the water. My stepdad was supposed to catch me. He missed me.
Oh,
Couldn't find me under the water because we was at a public pool at that time. A whole bunch of kids in there during the summer. He lost me and I almost died. So
See, I think that would have been it for
that's
me.
what I got real trauma. That's so, it
Damn,
ain't
bro, I
just because
had
I'm
a
black,
joke,
y'all.
bro. I'm
People
going
love
to
to
hold
say
on
that.
to it now, though, because you say you almost died. I got to hold on to my joke now. I don't even want to let it fly. Look. I ain't going to, I'm going to hold on to it.
Okay, so my next question is, what is the most ridiculous pickup line that you have heard from a guy or from a female?
Jesus. Most ridiculous?
Yeah, you looked at him like, are you serious? Did you just say what I think you
feel
just
like
said?
98% of the lines is like that. Like, it'd be super corny.
Give me one.
Like,
Give me
let me
one.
tell you, like, what I've experienced in Atlanta.
Oh, shit.
Pull up to wherever I'm at, pumping gas, whatever. Can I pump your gas? I'm good. Appreciate you, though. Because I'm nice. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not like, nigga.
Right,
I don't know if I
right.
can say that word on here.
No, you
I'm good.
can.
I can
Yeah,
say what.
yeah,
Okay,
you
cool.
say whatever.
So I'm like, nigga, whatever. I'm not like that. So I'll be like, I'm good. Thank you. Whatever. And they'd be like, man, you see what I'm driving? You see what I'm driving? I can put you in that. I can put you in that. Like, that's what I normally get in Atlanta.
That
For
don't
whatever
work?
reason.
That sound like, hey, now, that sound JQ.
No,
That you ain't going for that neither?
I'm just getting
For
back
what,
in my car.
though?
Thank you,
What?
but no thank you.
Like,
because you got to be
don't nobody
polite
care.
nowadays. Y'all
Yeah,
niggas
'cause
be
they'll
on
up
be
it on
pulling
you.
out.
They'll up it on you for sure. Yeah. Let them
Tripping
pump
out
that gas, man. Them folks don't want them pump
No.
gas. He ain't say he wanted your number, did he?
But like, Why if I say I'm good on like why?
Don't be good. Let them pump the gas.
Nah, because then it's gonna turn into can I have your number? Like then it's gonna be conversation
No.
right. don't want to have.
And don't say I got a man.
No.
Because then what your man got to do with me?
Is that you can go all the way down the line. I'm pregnant. I got
You ain't
this.
say y'all not.
STD,
Hey, listen.
like whatever.
Hold
they do
on,
not
hold
care.
on, Santia.
They
Ain't
do not
nobody.
care.
Y'all not going around here telling folks y'all
Nah, I ain't never
pregnant,
said
bro.
that.
JQ done used that one before. You
No,
used that one
I
before?
haven't used that. No.
You laugh too
No.
hard.
Look,
No,
nowadays you might
haven't.
have to because people be out here tripping, like
And be
Atlanta
getting
different.
mad when you're trying to be polite, because I don't want to embarrass you, because most of the
Exactly.
time they got the niggas with them, right?
Yeah,
You don't want to make them look bad, so you try to like
respectful.
Yeah, like,
And
I'm so
That's why you
you.
gotta
I'm
make
super
him look
friendly.
good in front of his
No.
partners.
That's why you say, "Oh no, thank you, I appreciate you though." Like it could have been like, "Oh nigga, get out my face." Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's like we appreciate you, but I'm good.
Well,
like
I don't wanna hear that.
need. See,
We don't. Hey, fellas,
See,
we don't want to hear that.
see, why not though?
I think the last time I was hit on, I was in a grocery store. I can't believe I did this.
How long ago was this?
About a month ago.
Okay, we ain't gotta talk about it. We
Anyway.
ain't gotta talk about it. Okay.
I found myself saluting a nigga. He was like, "Hey, can I
Oh,
get
you
your?"
went on Instagram and did a whole thing about this,
I
huh?
cannot believe I did that. I don't know. I didn't know. Yeah.
Was he like an army vet?
No, he wasn't.
regular
He
guy.
was pushing a cart. He said, "Oh, you looking nice today. What you cooking? What you cooking for dinner tonight?"
What you did, good? What you
I
did?
just said, and just
Salute.
kept walking, kept pushing my cart.
what?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just so
I'ma
awkward
use
for me.
that.
I don't know.
Y'all gonna use that. That's gonna make them up the fire. You
They gonna go
salute.
crazy. They be
They
like,
gonna
"Hold
up
on,
the fire.
They
What?
like more questions after that. Shit.
No, he just kept on
Lord.
pushing
That's
his
hilarious.
cart.
Did
What
we
you guys
talk about
from?
where you were from, Santia?
Huh?
Where you from?
So born in Greenville, South Carolina, raised in Houston.
Oh, okay. So you're from the South? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you drink sweet tea?
No.
So you're not from the South.
Ooh.
He got
Anyway,
a
do
point.
you,
He got a point, Santia.
I mean,
Do you-
it's because I'm an athlete though. Like, I'm just being real. Like, I'm very health. Like, when it come, you know what? Let me just not get into my.
Where tea come from?
What?
Where does tea come
Where
from?
does sweet tea? Why
Where
it
does
gotta be sweet though?
tea come from?
It don't matter. South tea is unhealthy as shit. The first
Yeah,
sip you
it's all
take is
sugar.
diabetes galore.
Hey man, you gotta
Like-
use natural sweeteners.
Oh, see, no, I
you
don't
see
use
how I
that.
went there? You see how I went that route since you tried to go all Dr. Sebi on me? You see how you see how
See,
that
I
go?
do like that.
Do you okay, are you a chicken wing person?
No.
You don't eat chicken wings. I don't got no question then.
Dang.
I'm out of the way.
You
I
just
don't
heard
wanna-
his question, man.
You feel me? Like,
I know.
was
like,
there a point in time where you ate chicken wings?
I've never been a chicken. Like I would eat them, but I'm not. It's not that's like not my thing though. Like,
Okay,
I'm
so
not-
what's your go-to food then? Nita, you
Fruit.
hungry? You hungry?
fruit,
Okay, what's your favorite fruit?
mangoes?
Mangoes. You peel them yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do the little string things be getting caught in your teeth when you bite down in there?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
How you get it out? With a
Why I
toothpick?
gotta know
She be-
all that? I floss it out.
You don't floss. You don't floss. You don't floss it out.
No, I found the
She-
closest thing
I do
that I
that
think I
for
can
sure.
get out of my
For
teeth.
30
and then when
minutes,
I
but it ain't
can't
going
get
nowhere.
then- yeah, exactly.
For sure. I'm already know what
So
you
look, everyone knows you, Santia, as a phenomenal everything. Like you do everything. Like I can go down your resume. It would probably take me about 5 minutes to go through, right? So take us back from, your college days, how you got into football, you played rugby, but you were a track star at the
Yeah.
school that you attended in Texas.
So I mean, my first sport, which a lot of people don't know, was tennis. So I was
wow.
playing tennis at 4 to 5. Then I got into track, and then got a scholarship, ran at Texas A&M, which was a really dope experience. I made a lot of friends. One of my closest friends that's no longer here with me, he was kind of the reason why I continued sports after college, because before he passed from cancer, he was just like, man, you got to make it. I got to see you on TV, as an Olympian. And so my whole thing after college was, I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't going to be track and field, but I was like, I know that there's something out there that I can still do. Was driving one day, saw like a flag football tryout sign, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to see what I can do. And went there. First tryout, my coach was like, how long you been playing? And I was like, I never played. He was like, oh, we going to turn you up. And then from there, shit just went crazy.
But why did you didn't think track and field was the sport that you were gonna?
Because I'm realistic. Like,
Okay.
you got to be a certain type of fast to make the Olympic team. And I wasn't there. I was very injury prone. I was injured almost every year in sports or in college. And I told myself, I'm gonna try one more time. Mm-hmm. So I graduated and I found like an Olympic coach. You know, I was training, doing well, ended up kind of straining my hamstring again, and I was done. I hung up my cleats.
Mm. That was, you were training for track?
Yeah, I was training for track.
What did you run?
100, 200, 4x1.
What did you say your fastest 100 time was?
Let's skip over that question. It was, it was okay. It was okay.
1:10.6 was not.
But I'm realistic. Like I was fast, but I was not Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri fast. Yeah. So like I was quick. I got a scholarship, but I wasn't like Olympic fast. Mm-hmm. And so football just became my thing. And just to kind of back up how I even got into even considering football, I have a twin brother. I have 3 brothers. They all play football. All were running backs. All did really well. And I was a tomboy, so I was out there doing everything they were doing. I was running routes. I was going to camps. The camps was always for boys. But my mom was like, well, if her brother going, she going. Right. That was my mom. Yeah. So like I was out there with all the boys, juking their asses, doing everything. And my mom even allowed me to go to Pee Wee football practice with my twin. And I did really good. No.
Oh, okay.
I did really good, but I got hit in the chest.
And you was like, that's it.
Yeah, my mama was like, hell no. My daughter is not doing this no more.
Shout out to mom.
And that was it. That was right for football. So I didn't start playing again until I graduated from college.
But how did your brothers feel about you tagging along and playing football?
They hated it. They hated it.
But I was almost as good as them. So like they was like hating low key.
Oh, so they were sorry.
Nah, they was good. Oh. My brothers was good.
But you was.
I mean, I'm good too.
Oh, my fault. My fault. Okay. I was just seeing what she was on. See what type of time you was on. My fault.
I'm not finna play with him. But yeah, so that's kind of how the football happened. And then after how I got into rugby was, I was going viral at that time for playing flag football and everything. And the USA rugby coach messaged me on Facebook and was like, have you ever considered playing rugby? And I was like, what is rugby? I didn't even know what that was.
Did you think it was a scam when you first got it?
A little bit, because definitely I've heard of it, right? But not really, and I thought only guys did it. And so he was like, well, I would love for you to come out to San Diego to the Olympic Center and go through a tryout. And he was like, I was like, okay, shit, whatever. And so I flew out there, and as soon as I landed, he got fired.
Literally, the guy told you to come out there?
Yeah, he got fired the same day. I don't even know what he got fired for. I didn't talk to him. I didn't even get to meet him. So when I got there, it was super awkward because
the guy that told you to come just got fired.
Wow. Yeah.
He literally
got fired. No tag. You didn't send no email like, yo, what? I heard that you got fired. He told you, or you found out through somebody else?
No, when I got there, I'm like,
where's Mr. Brown?
Right. And they were like, oh, he got fired this morning. I was like, so. And so like the new lady that came in, she was so rude. She was like, why are you here? You don't know how to play rugby. Why are you here? We're going a different direction, so we're going to send you home. I was like, oh, cool. So went home, super upset, super sad. Kind of like let it go for a while.
Yeah, that would have been the end of rugby.
Yeah,
sure.
it was.
That was it.
At that point in time, it was. Got back in the flag, continued doing my thing, and then people kept sending me like viral posts of like girls in rugby, like killing. I'm like, man, I could really do this for real. And so I actually was like, you know what? I'm going to learn how to play. So I found a local team, got a whole bunch of training. And within like 6 months, he was like, let's just put you on an Olympic track. Like, let's just put you on an Olympic track real quick. And so pretty much from there, I was going from like New Zealand to London. I went to Fiji and I was playing in tournaments. I was learning. I was investing a lot of money to learn in different countries because they're the best overseas. Yeah. And I was almost there. I got the tryout finally with the coach again. Wasn't the same coach, but got the tryout. And when I got there, I was completely burnt out. I wasn't taking care of my body. I had old nagging injuries that I just honestly wasn't taking care of. And I remember my doctor told me, he was like, yo, if you don't slow down, you're going to burn out and be done. And I was like, okay, I'll slow down. Man, I got on a plane 3 days later to go to New Zealand. And I had a hamstring issue. And so when I got to that actual tryout, it looked like I never played sports in my life. Like I remember crying because I was like, moving hurts. Like, I can't even jog without it feeling like I'm running a mile. And so I went out there, looked like trash, and that was it. So, like, I went into, like, a very deep, dark depression because I'm like, come on. Like, we here again?
Yeah.
And so, like, I remember just for, like, 3 months, I was just, like, I was done. And I remember my mom came in at that time, and she was like, look, you gonna keep fighting or you gonna lay here and die? What you gonna do? What you gonna choose? And I remember probably about 2 months later, I got a call from the professional women's football team that I went viral for getting a contract. And
that was a multi-million-dollar contract? Okay, I was going to ask you about that.
And ended up getting that call.
Hold on now, because we not just going to skim past that. What you just...
She's getting me.
Yeah,
damn, yeah, let's
I'm
talk.
I'm trying not to go in like super detail because I don't want y'all to like it'll be a super long. You know? What I'm saying?
We tapped
Girl,
in. Like,
come on now. This is what we told you to come out here for.
I mean, okay. So yeah, so got the call. So at that time, I was recovering from my injury. And
this was the hamstring, or
yeah, the hamstring, and then also getting cut. I was still like in my feelings about that. And my mom had got a call from the lady because she was my manager at that time, and my mom was like, "Professional football, like." What? She was like, yeah, this will be the first league where women are getting paid multi-million-dollar contracts. And my mom was like, all right, I'll see if she want to do it. And I was like, yeah, like, duh. Like, I play flag. Like, why would I not want to do it? But it was tackle. So, like, it would have been different. And I did have a little stint. Let me go back. I had a little stint in the LFL, which was like the lingerie football league. Didn't know what it was until I got there. So,
yeah, you
that was
did.
that.
I
really
did
it. I thought we was wearing, like
sports bra.
We
and
was
like biker shorts,
whole ass out, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
what was the name of that league? First, we're gonna put it on the bottom so the fellas, I got you, fellas.
No.
I got you, fellas. So,
but it's actually it's evolved. So now they are wearing more clothes and stuff now. So
really,
yeah, viewership is down.
You know what?
viewership is down for sure.
Oh,
I believe that though.
No, it probably. I mean, because most of the audience was definitely men.
Come on now,
100%.
anything lingerie. If you put lingerie at the front of it, 98% of the guys gonna tap in at least one time. Let me just see.
I remember being at games
on.
like waiting to get in, like on the sideline, and there would be dudes like, "Show us your tit." Like it was just the most crazy.
Yeah, with Mardi Gras
I'm like,
beads.
y'all really like y'all been playing this shit for like 6-7 years, and they're like, yeah, you know. So
while y'all waiting to sub in, y'all just sit on the side with jazz.
Just get harassed.
Really?
I mean, what you mean when I asked that to you for? You so stupid.
That's what you just said,
but the
bro.
crazy thing was like these, like they were all like good ass athletes. Like I've never seen like female athletes move how all these women move. Like if they were dudes, they would be in the NFL. Like hands down. So they're some of the best athletes I've ever seen. But unfortunately, like with women's football,
gotta have your ass out.
It's tough. Like it's tough getting. I can't.
This is gonna be him the whole entire show, Santia. So get used to
My fault. I'm good. Go ahead.
I mean, pretty much what you. I mean, it's hard to get like a big audience to support it. I love the fact that flag is like taking off.
Yeah.
Olympic sport, Nike's behind it, NFL's behind it. It's really taking off. So I'm happy to see the progression, but it's a journey. Like a lot of these women, they've been playing 12 plus years, some of these women, and never got paid like anything. But we sacrificing our bodies. So
in that league, the WFLA league, were you guys going to get paid? Like, were there be benefits?
It would have been like an NFL style type
Interesting.
deal where you get everything. But, which I'm sure everybody knows at this point, that league didn't make it past COVID. And other things happened.
Do you think it was because of COVID? Do you think it was just bad timing?
COVID probably didn't help none.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is Google it. I'm not going to get into that. But COVID definitely was a part of it.
Okay. She signed the NDA. She signed the NDA.
Not my business. Yeah. I mean, not.
She can't talk about it, y'all. We're gonna do our searches.
I don't want details.
To do what they do on the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was that.
So I believe the International Olympic Committee announced a few weeks ago that men and women's flag football is going to be is it 2027 or 2028 Olympics? Do you see yourself coaching?
Nah, I see myself playing.
Okay.
Yeah, we getting in there.
100% playing. Yeah. So the thing that makes flag so amazing, there's women and guys that are like 56, 57 playing flag.
No, we're not doing that.
It's not contact.
I see a 60-year-old out there.
I
tackle.
swear. Even in tackle, women's tackle,
stick.
we had a woman on the line that was like 45. Like, how you take care of your body is how long you're going to be able to play sports.
This is tackle?
That lady was 45 and she was playing tackle, but in flag, there's 50-year-olds. There was, I think the oldest I ever seen was 50. What did I say? 57?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But that reminds me of pickleball, because I know a lot of pickleball players are older people.
That's
in
because
their
don't
60s.
nobody play pickleball yet. Ain't nobody playing pickleball.
It's becoming very popular.
When it really get going, them old folks gonna have to go and get out the way, because it's gonna be.
There is a professional league though.
I know,
yeah.
and it's gonna be hella young. All the young people that's coming up ain't never heard of pickleball before.
Yeah.
The first time they hear about it, they gonna start practicing, and then them old people gonna get out there and play one of them 19, 20-year-olds. Oh no, this ain't it. My time that came to pass. I gotta get out the way.
Yeah. So that's the plan. But like, if it don't happen, I feel like I had a really good run with flag.
Why do you think it took so long because I know it's in NAIA and JUCO, but it hasn't made it to the NCAA yet.
Yeah.
This is flag.
It's flag football.
They trying to get real big with the flag in high school. It's a real high school sport
right.
now.
Like, high school's killing it.
Girl sports too.
Rugby killing it. Yeah. Hey, they're on a different level.
But I'm wondering why was taking so long for it to expand to the NCAA, being that is any other,
They got to find a way to make profit.
Yeah.
The NCAA is the biggest Fortune 500 company.
They all are. They're
ever.
about money.
They all about profit. If it doesn't make sense to them,
and honestly, I think they're trying to do something different for the girls, because obviously we know football programs run everything, and again they know that flag football is something that both men and women can do. So I feel like they're trying to like push girls into it, but like you said, they're still trying to figure out like how can we actually make money from this. And I think that's going to be, even with NFL flag and everything else, like you see how much they're doing,
right?
But the question still remains like, okay, is this going to actually make us money, or is this going to be like, no offense, I ain't gonna say that.
No,
you gotta say that. I gotta hear that one.
No, everyone has an opinion about everything, so.
And no offense, because I love all of them.
Anytime
but is
the
it gonna
statement
be like
starts
another,
like that,
but also,
we know 100%
because
it's gonna be
people be in their
offensive.
feelings about everything on social media.
Very sensitive.
No offense, as I offend you, as you were saying.
I ain't gonna say it, but
we want to hear it for sure. We want to hear it.
Okay. And this is not my opinion. This is facts. This is numbers. You can go Google it. Is it going to be another WNBA type, sport? Whereas like,
I had nothing to do with that statement.
See, look, that's like,
hey,
you won on.
No, I watched the WNBA.
But it's real. Like, and it's unfair, the treatment that a lot of these female athletes get. And I'm gonna just be real. Like, we all know that if we don't have the button pushers behind the people that's cutting the checks behind
it's not gonna move.
Women's sports, it's not gonna move. We can be out here marching and women empowerment all we want to, but at the end of the day, if you're not sitting in that office cutting checks, making big decisions, it's not gonna move.
I'm gonna keep it a brick. Don't nobody want to watch that shit.
What?
Just women athletes. Like I'm not speaking on me in general because I'm an athlete, so of course I watch the WNBA, I watch tennis, but as a general rule of thumb, people don't want to sit and watch women play sports because it's just.
I was about to say tennis.
I mean, because again,
there's
there's sports that women can thrive in, right? And it'll look almost similar to how it does when men play.
Yeah.
Like tennis is one of those sports where Serena dominates the tennis court. Like Coco Gauff, they dominate the tennis court.
Yeah.
And then you go look at a sport like basketball and you see how men portray basketball.
Yeah.
They're dunking, they're 360 in, you feel me? And then the women's game, they throw an alley-oop and the girl comes out of nowhere, catches it. Oh, great pass. And then she lays it up. It's like,
but it's unrealistic expectations. I think that's also something that has to be reprogrammed is we are biologically completely different. So you can't expect.
Which is why I feel like in women's basketball, they need to lower the rim. If they lower the rim to 8.5, 9 feet for women, And now you got because athletic women, and the most athletic woman in the WNBA is hard pressed to dunk. Like, not saying she can't, but it doesn't look as fluid. Like, if you drop that goal from 10 foot to 9 foot,
you see alleys all
come on now. I can see, I already see how it's going to go. Them girls, them Breonna Stewarts, them girls that's like that, that's right there on dunking. They might can dunk sometimes 3 out of 7 dunks, it goes in. You drop the goal a whole foot, now they 2-hand 360, you know, it get crazy then. But because you guys can't do the things that men can do on the basketball floor, I'm just speaking strictly in terms of basketball. On the basketball floor, just change it. Lower the goal down. Give the girls 9 fouls instead of 5. Let them go out. You feel me? Like, you got to change the game, because that's why the viewership is low. If you change the rules so that the game looks like, strictly off aesthetics, if it looks like how it does for men, then the viewership will go up. If you look at the playoffs for the WNBA now, like, people are watching now. They're tuned in now.
100%,
and it's still not the same thing. Like, it's just not. Like, the Aces done won. How many times they done won? They done won 2-3 times in a row. Like, you watch what they're doing now. Just imagine how much better Asia Wilson numbers would be if the goal was 8.5, 9 foot. And now she get the back down, turn and dunk. And now it's like, oh shit.
That's real.
Like,
though.
it would just be a completely different, strictly from like a visual aspect, you would get more people to watch, because it just looks like, hell, she look like LeBron now for sure. Like, people say, oh, she the girl Bron, and then she go do a finger roll. It's like we're not doing that.
But I think also too, I think people will agree with that, but you also got to get those important people, those people that's going to push things to happen, to also agree with it.
You know what?
Then you're going to also have women that are going to say, well, no, that's not fair. We shouldn't have to lower the goals. That's why I think it'll be a while before.
But as a woman, I actually agree with the statement.
Hey man, them
because at the end of the
women need to
day,
sit in the back.
it's not about your feelings. It's about what's gonna get people in the arena.
What's gonna get you
Gonna
paid?
sell tickets.
Literally, that's
what's gonna
all.
make you
That's
money.
all it's
Like,
about.
I wouldn't care about none of that. If I'm gonna get paid, cool.
Man, them
Like, I can
WNBA
dunk now,
execs,
cool.
them WNBA execs, when them buttons start getting pushed, what's gonna happen is it's gonna be from 12 teams to 20 teams, 20 teams to 25, because people are going to start watching.
I agree.
Ass is gonna be in them seats. Tickets gonna get
1,000%.
sold, and that's what's gonna make people start watching
more celebrities
women's
coming out.
sports.
Exactly.
But also, this is another thing too that I think on like across all sports for women, like player development, like the fact that, and character development is what I really meant to say. You know every single thing about LeBron James. Well, you know what time he was born, what hospital, what high school, what happened to his parents. You know everything. But can you tell me what happened with Sha'Carri? What's her story?
She smoked weed.
That's all y'all know. She fast. She smoked weed, but you don't know anything about her past. You don't know anything about anything in her life for you to connect with her. There's no connection to women's like players. All we know is they play a sport. We don't really know their name. But if you kind of good, we might know, oh, that's number 3. But that's about it. We don't know anything about their life. We don't know anything about their parents, their childhood. What was their trials and tribulations? How can I connect with you so that I become a fan and actually like go with you throughout your career? Follow you, buy your jerseys, buy tickets. You know, have my kids come and sign your jersey. You know, like the guys have that. They have the sit down interviews on, you know, what is it, NFL 360, like all these different things where like you get to learn about these people. You get to follow their journey. You get invested emotionally. You become a fan really quickly. There's not a lot of women, maybe except Serena Williams because they just did a whole ass movie on her. And plus she's been around for a while, but who else that's actually thriving out here? Do you know their entire story?
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying earlier though. Like it's on top of it being a popularity contest, especially with women. Like there has to be the gap has got to be bridged because there's a disconnect from the fan and
the player.
Literally, it's like we just said. You was talking about the tackle football league. The tackle football league is tackle football, but chicks got to have their ass out. And even then, it's hard pressed to get views. You feel me? But that's what's selling is the lingerie football league. It ain't just the women's football league. Because people gonna see that like, hell no, I'm gonna skip through that one. I don't want. Like it's
100% though. It's facts. Like you can see how many people show up for LFL versus just regular women's tackle. Like it's a huge difference and it sucks. But marketing is important. Character development. Like media attention. Like all of these things matter in sports if you're actually going to make money and want people to sponsor it and make people want to put dollars behind you. Like you have to have something about you and what you're doing for people to be like, cool, like let me actually follow this person on social media, learn about them, buy their jerseys, become a fan, tell my family and friends about them, go to the games. Like there has to be a story. Nobody has stories. Women don't have stories.
Like a
There's
shoe,
no
huh?
story.
Like if you made like your own shoe, that'd probably be like something that.
But to piggyback off what you just said too, I think females, we need to put ourselves out there more.
Yes.
I think we shelter. We want to be careful how we're putting ourselves out to the public. Oh, we gotta be, secretive about certain things. But like you said, in order for you to get to that popularity status, people are going to have to connect with you. They might not watch flag football, but because of your story, now they become a Santia fan. Yeah. So I think, talking with female athletes sometimes when they say, oh, I don't think I should do that because I'm afraid of how I'm going to be perceived as. Well, obviously you don't want to build a brand. Exactly. You don't want people to hear your story. Yep. But I think the more that we have those opportunities for female athletes, I agree. I do think there will be opportunities for them to, make more money, be more marketable. But it takes platforms like the Countedmeoutpodcast to
okay, I like what you did that now. I sure like how you did that.
To go and tell their story because again, not everybody's a sports fan. Yeah. I don't watch pickleball, but I started following this guy just because of how great he is and these moves that he's making on the court or on the tennis court. So I just really hope that we can get out of that mindset that we have to, keep a certain image just so, people are not judging us in a different light.
Meanwhile, the male players don't care about nothing.
They don't care about that.
They don't care about nothing. But also too, I have to say this, I also think more women have to support women. Yeah. So like, and I get it too. Yeah. Again, it's reprogramming because we grew up playing with dolls. Yeah. They grow up playing sports, video games, whatever. So a lot of us grow up and don't ever interact with sports at all. Yeah. Right. So like that has to shift too. I think there's still a big initiative that needs to be pushed and happen where there's more girls getting into sports earlier. At least learning about it, knowing about it. Again, there's now girls that are like 6 and 7 playing flag. They know just as much as their brothers. So like that's also a thing too. Like push your daughters to get into sports, not just because of that, but it's like we all know the benefit of sports. I don't got to get into it. So it's like I think that has to shift too. Yeah. So we have to support each other because you already know the guys gonna be at the NBA games. They gonna be there with they bros, they family, whoever. They gonna be there. Yeah. But when you go to WNBA.
The guys gonna be there too. Yeah. What you talking about? And we gonna watch and we gonna cheer and we gonna encourage.
Y'all gonna be there, but where are we? Where are the females?
Hey man, I brought mine with me. We gonna watch together.
Well, maybe more guys need to bring their girls.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, we can go on and on, but we want to get to your story about Tronos. Okay.
Hold on, JQ, because y'all said something earlier, bro. Y'all said something and y'all just tried to skip over it. Like y'all just
multi-million-dollar
country? I was on that. I really wanted to circle back a long time ago because y'all just shot that out there just like it was just.
I mean, so yeah, it was a multi-million-dollar deal, but obviously, in order for a deal to go into fruition, you have to touch the field. The league never made it. That's why I just don't even go.
Oh, I would have been mad.
Oh, trust me.
Oh my gosh.
It took me like a good year to get past that, but. Was what it was.
Yeah, let's get on these.
Why in the hell did you create a shoe during COVID?
Are these used? These might be used. If I stick my hand in there.
Like how? Like what was the thought process? Because coming out with a shoe in a time where the economy's in shambles, like who done pushed you up?
So, I used to tell this story differently. If I'm being honest, because it just was what it was at that time, but things have changed now. So when I first, the I guess creation of Tronos happened during COVID, and it was actually 2 years prior to COVID. Okay. Because I actually met the designer and everything 2 years prior, and I was actually a brand ambassador for his company, and I was selling the hell out of his shoes. And one day he came to me and was like, "Have you ever thought about like a signature shoe line under us?" And I was like, I mean, I love sneakers, but like. I mean, I'm open to it, right? Like I love shoes. So he said, okay, how do you want it to look? I was like, I really want like a Jordan like mixed with a Balenciaga. like the sock Balenciaga. And he was like, cool. So he mocked it up first time, killed the design. I just put it out there to test and see like if people was actually gonna like it. Man, that shit went crazy on social media. And so he was like, cool, let me actually make you like a color, like different colorways, right? So that you have different options for people. Reposted that, it went viral. And so I was like, cool, all right, I know this is gonna go. And so like 2 years after that, COVID hit, you know, we were planning to launch Juneteenth. And yeah, it was a disaster, to say the least. Like, we barely missed Chinese New Year's by like 26 hours. If we would have not submitted our order, we would have never got the shoes in. We would have never had a shoe company because we wouldn't have been able to recover. So like, I remember me and my mom just like on the floor praying like, come on, we gotta get this through, we gotta get this done. And it was rough. We had issues with like, you know, getting the samples not being what we wanted. The time delay with everything during COVID was just insane. And so our manufacturer is saying they're gonna get here on this day. It wouldn't get there for 2 to 3 weeks later. So like, we had customers like, what's up? Like, I want these by Christmas. What's going on? And we're like, we're over here like on live. We're doing Zooms with our customers. I'm like emailing people. Like, we really showing our customers like love and let them know like it's not us.
Right.
Like, we're really trying to get y'all stuff. And so, long story short, we made it again 26 hours by the grace of God. We got an order in. Everybody got their stuff by Christmas, thank God. And we had a hell of a year. And we got a lot of support from, you know, celebrities, and we had people really backing it. We had people like Dion that shouted us out, Carlos, you know, Miller. We had people just really like, man, this is the first.
Yeah.
So like, we really want to show love, and it went amazing. But it was not an easy journey to get to this point. I always tell people that because I feel like people only see the finished product.
Right.
But the amount of sacrifice, the amount of like, am I going to pay my rent or am I going to make this shoe design? Like, not, you know, having in relationships and friendships because I couldn't be out there partying and doing this shit when I'm trying to do this. It was a lot of sacrifice that I had to do. And so like, this is the results of it. So when I first created it, it was because I was like, man, this is something cool to do. And this would be cool to give athletes something of their own. But now sitting here in 2023, it's really all about the empowerment of the athlete, because we all know just because you get this multi-million-dollar contract, there's still rules you got to abide by. You're still connected and you're still technically owned by whatever league you're in. A lot of athletes don't understand that, oh, I can go and build my own thing. I don't have to just be the face of this brand.
Yeah.
And I don't have to just hold this product up and make money, but I can actually own this. And I didn't see enough representation. And for me, I'm like, what can I do to show athletes that you can have a plan B and have a life after sports and build a legacy, build a brand? And so this is what this became about. This shoe represents all the athletes that didn't have a plan B, don't know how to have a plan B, and didn't know that this was possible. And also, there's not no female, no black representation and ownership when it comes to shoe companies. And I'm all about empowering the underdog. So that's what it's for.
You just said something there for sure. I ain't gonna lie. Talk about the size run. Well, you got everybody's size.
Oh yeah, so we go from a U3 to a 18. So again, athletes, they got big ass feet.
Yeah.
So we tried to cater to everybody, and it was very interesting to see the bigger sizes actually being sold out. Because I was like, I don't know about these like 18s, but there was a lot of people that actually bought them.
Man, you don't are they? How much they cost retail? How much the retail?
So these
price?
are $185.
$185, gang, affordable shoes. Hey,
Yeah,
look,
exactly. And we tried to make them in the middle.
Bro, that got big feet.
This the shoe company.
Shawty say,
and
look,
white.
if you close to Atlanta, bro, she said the shipping ain't gonna take long because hub is in Atlanta.
But hold on, let me tell you why these are different. So what we did too, again, being an athlete, I thought about all the issues we have. Our feet be hurting, our shoes ain't really breathable, so our feet are sweaty. Like all the things that you can, complain about as an athlete. So what we did was we put a memory foam into our shoes so that if you have knee pain, back pain, joint pain, going through an injury, it helps to absorb that shock. We also have our soles that, again, it absorbs shock as well. And then we're actually going to be implementing something new called carbon fiber. So it helps you run faster, jump further, and it just helps you with your athletic abilities.
Oh, y'all coming out with the Black Panther shoes. Man, y'all,
but look,
I know what I'm going to be for Halloween next year.
We care about the quality of life, like after sports. Because we broken up.
Yeah.
So, like, if we can do something to make your life easier, why not? And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not saying this because it's my shoe. You can go look at my videos if you think I'm capping. I could only wear my slides and my shoes when I was going through this surgery. I hiked up whatever mountain it was in Hawaii with like a completely torn ACL in my shoes because it absorbs shock like that. So we got nurses, we got doctors, we got people in their 80s, people as young as like 10 wearing our shoes. So we made a shoe that caters to everybody. And I feel like pain is something that we all go through at some point in our life.
Yeah.
So if we can help make that easier for people, like, why not?
You had said you was going to get the Countedmeoutpodcast, pal?
These are fire, though. How did you come up with the colorway?
These are my favorite, y'all. I
Really? With the design or the color? The colorway?
All whites and all blacks.
I love the all whites, though.
And
is this the only model? This the only...
Oh, we got low tops and high tops.
Okay. Are these lows or the highs?
Those are the lows.
Okay.
Yeah. But the next venture now is we're going into sports specific, which I'm super excited about. It's going to be called Tronos Elite. I can't go into a whole bunch of detail.
We ain't got to talk about it.
But we're doing football cleats, basketball shoes, track spikes, pickleball shoes, everying. So there's nobody in that space.
They're still saying JQ. Now you got everybody saying pickleball.
Nah, but it's a hot market. So that will also be something that we're going to be the first, independent shoe companies to be competing for market share with the big dogs. But I'm like, I'm an athlete. Like, I know what the hell we want.
Have you thought about sponsoring athletes, getting athletes to?
I can't talk about that.
Okay,
but we doing something.
My fault.
That's going with the NIL.
Yeah. Oh, that's big.
I can't.
But your shoes are also in Athlete's Foot and Champs
and Lennox.
How did you?
Because they're in Cumberland and they're in Lennox.
That's fine.
Yeah.
How was that process?
So, relationship building.
Yeah.
With Champs, which was, I guess, East Bay at the time, I was actually doing like a lot of influencer work. So I would promote their brand. I would be in their like flag football games. I was like, their influencer. And so when I came out with the shoe company, I was like, man, are y'all gonna show love? Like, y'all gonna help us get into the stores? And they were like, yeah, we got you. And they got us into the East Bay, help us get into Champs. But it was because I was doing stuff for that company for 2 and 3 years. And so they loved me and my brand. So they was like, we're gonna support you. And they really did. They wasn't capping. So relationships. So make those relationships early, athletes.
Yeah.
You never know where that's gonna get you.
Hey, look, we on the podcast, we like to chop up a little bit on Instagram, set you up a little clip. Like if you were talking to your 13, 14-year-old self, give yourself one piece of advice moving forward. Knowing everything you know now, going through everything you went through, you walk into a room, 14-year-old Santia sitting at a school desk. Give her a piece of advice.
Don't give up. I know it sucks right now. I know you're not understanding why you're not reaching the pinnacle of your success, your talent as an athlete. I know you're watching everybody else get those gold medals and win, and you're working as hard as possible, and you keep missing it by this much. Don't give up, because God got something way bigger planned for you, and it's going to change the world. So don't give up.
Y'all heard that? Because I had to take heat into that right there. But before we go, I want to talk about the intentional dating.
Oh, Lord. I know it's going to bring up love on sports. Okay, but I'm with it.
So did you come up with this after you got married, or was it before?
It was before.
It was before. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The reason why was because
just give them a little rundown on what we talking about. Just give them a quick little 2-second, you feel me? Just so we all on the same page.
About which part?
Intentional dating with you and JQ. Just give them.
I'm not finna play with him.
What we talking about? Because I don't know.
Look, so intentional dating is a community of marriage-minded singles that we're bringing together to find each other. We're giving singles and empowering singles to become better daters, date intentionally, not get their time wasted. know how to ask the right questions so that you're not 6 months in to getting to know somebody and find out, oh, they don't want kids, I want kids, and we just wasted 6 months. So like how to ask those tough questions and just equipping them to be better daters. And so we came up with that because if you've been following me for a while, y'all know I used to write Dear Future Husband posts. I think I started in 2017, and I just was writing letters to my husband on social media. Like,
What? Go ahead. I'm with
He's
you.
intrigued.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
What you were saying on to? Did he know this?
nah.
Oh, this was just a post for everybody.
So okay, let me tell you how I got there. Because people be like, why was you doing that? Like but
For sure.
So
10,000. That's exactly what I thought. But keep going, because this is good. I like this.
I cannot. Okay, so in 2016, I had got into a relationship. Thought that was my person. His mom was planning our engagement. He was Indian and he was Muslim.
Okay.
And I'm very much Christian. And so like throughout the relationship, I said, "Are you sure this ain't gonna be a problem?" He was like, No, you're good. Like whatever you want to, like our future kids can be Christian if they want to. Like I really don't care. Man, when we got close to her or him proposing, he was like, "So yeah, my dad wants to bless our first child into the Muslim faith. So like, what's up?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?
Excuse me, you say what?
You said what?" I said, "You just now making our religion a problem." And he was like, "Yeah, this is our religion, and my children have to be Muslim because I'm Muslim. I'm the man." And so that became like a big thing, and we broke up because of that. And I was heartbroken because I was in love with this dude. And so I remember I went through a whole, little mini depression because of that. And my mom said, why don't you actually just start speaking out loud what you want in a husband and make sure that faith is like the biggest part, right?
Yep.
And so I was like, cool, like, I guess I can do that. She was like, just post it. I was like, what? She said, just post on social media. Like, you never know who's out there. You got a lot of people following you. You never know who you're going to meet.
Oh,
and
I know
like,
your DMs was probably on
flooded.
fire every time you posted
You
one
used
of them.
to do the lives too. Oh my, those were.
I did a lot of, yeah. So like,
my gosh.
I would literally like write exactly what I would say to my husband if he was in my face.
You got your phone with you right there? I know you got
It's
one of
over
them.
there.
Oh, okay. Make her read one of them to y'all, bro. If y'all see what she was saying.
Y'all can go look at it on my Instagram. But yeah, so I started doing that. And so people knew that. So when we got, engaged and everything, our engagement went viral because he proposed at the Falcon Stadium.
Oh yeah, that's
And,
right. He
yeah.
sure did.
Did we
That's so
win that
cute.
game?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
So we won on that game, right?
I was
We
sure
also
about to blame
won-
you. Got to.
No. We also won the day we got married. So we must be good luck.
Yeah.
With it.
Hey,
But
man,
anyways,
y'all got an anniversary coming up or something? Because we struggling. God damn it.
we
need
just got
y'all
married
to
in September. So
come on, bro. Y'all need to come and do it again. Shit. Come on, Falcon.
Stupid.
Damn.
But yeah, so like people seen that, and so like people were like, "What? Like, how'd you get from here to here?" Like, we was literally on social media all the time complaining about the dating life and like what you were going through, and then all of a sudden like you were engaged, and I had a whole process I went through, like a whole ass process that was painful, self-reflecting, therapy, talking to married people, getting their opinion, talking to men about men. So that I can learn from men about men, and I just talk to women about men because we only know what we know,
Right.
And I learned so much, and so I was like, I'm gonna just give y'all game.
So in order for you to get where you got, you had to sit back and listen to a guy, huh? We ain't got to talk about it.
That's what he does.
We ain't got to talk about it. That's just what I heard. We ain't got to talk about it. Baby, I was not trying to talk
Men
about
and
you.
women. Oh, not for the play.
But it's so many people are splitting up. I mean, every time I get on social media, Shade Room, I see that red squiggle line.
Right.
Somebody done broke up.
That risk.
Right? You guys are open on y'all's social media pages, but are you guys afraid of how open you are? Because I feel like the more open you are in your relationship and telling people on social media, it's bound to happen when somebody gonna slip in and try to destroy that. So how do you guys keep it safe but also being open at the same time?
How do I say this so that people would receive it? Oh, well.
Exactly how you was about to say it, right? How when you went back and tried to say how you was gonna say it, say that one right there. Say that one.
So I feel like when God is calling you to do something, what everybody else think is irrelevant. Because I feel like this was part of my testimonial to tell people how I got from this point to save somebody else. Because I went through some of the worst things you can go throughout relationships. I live in Atlanta, so that's enough.
Hey,
I'm just being real.
Yeah.
I'm just being real.
What?
I second to that.
It's,
Ma'am?
It's a lot out here, so
It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
You talking about our second to that. Find your own ride home,
all of
man.
these
How about
things to help other people overcome that. And then two, I feel like, again, that's a calling that we both have, and why I don't think it's a problem is because I feel like me and my husband, we're on a different plane. Like, it's like we live in this world, but we're not of this world.
Yeah.
So like spiritually, we're so deeply connected and rooted that I don't know how to explain it, because I don't like saying this to people. Like, people cheat all the time. People think that people not gonna cheat and they cheat. But when you have a man that is truly seeking God's heart, and he don't want to do nothing to mess up that relationship, and that is what he breathes, everything. I feel like that to me is security on a different level. And can't nobody slip in when you got a man that's hearing from God and delivering a message.
Come on, Santia.
So for me, that's what made me fall in love with him, because I watched him do that several times. He said things that I'm like, how the fuck you know this?
Yeah.
How you know this? And how you act like this with this happening over here? And he just has never changed. Like, he has, you get in about 2 years in, it's like you start noticing
seeing,
there's something. Everything that he was from the beginning, he still is.
Same.
I sure
everything.
hope my wife talk about me like that to folks when I ain't around. Well, God, what's bro name?
Isaac.
What's up, Isaac, bro? Hit my DM, gang. We got to start hanging out, man. My wife started talking about me like that. Damn.
So to me, I think when you have that on your marriage, it's like you have to share that.
Yeah.
And I feel like we want to help rebuild the Black community, the family structure. And the only way we can do that is by being what we want to see, the change we want to see, and by showing people what we're doing to get there.
Yeah.
And by all means, we're not perfect, but we have some things that we've implemented into our marriage and our engagement, and even dating. Like, when we first started dating, we made sure that, or he came to me and said, before we get engaged, can we put together a spreadsheet of our expectations? What are you expecting from me? And I was like, well, this is what I think. And he did the same. And when we got engaged, we fell right into that, so that there's no confusion. So I can't be like, well, I thought she was going to pay all the bills. And he was like, well, I never said that. Well, on his motherfucking spreadsheet.
That ain't
So
what
like, it's like, hold it.
Back to the spreadsheet.
Come on now.
So it's like,
Never mind, Isaac. Don't call me no more, gang. I'm supposed to send you a calendar Nazi, bro. I don't want to deal with it, gang.
And we did the same thing with marriage. So like, and then we do Sabbath every Saturday. So we spend time with God and each other. Every single Saturday we go through our week. We talk about what went wrong, what went right. If there was any issues, let's talk about it. Let's handle it. Let's squash it, and then let's go into the week fresh. So when we argue, I ain't gonna lie, we don't argue, but when we have disagreements, in that exact moment, we handle it. It's not like, well, I'm gonna go to bed mad, or I'm gonna hold it in. Like, nah, you made me feel this way, so let's talk about it. And we do that every single time. And I feel like communication.
Yes.
If you communicate,
Yep.
if you communicate through everything, there should never be no issues. The moment that shit dies, that's when you like, well, I didn't know you was feeling this way, and I didn't know you was feeling this way. I didn't know that we growing apart at this, like, you know what I'm saying? But if you're communicating what's happening throughout your entire relationship, how the hell is there going to be issues? I mean, there's going to be just regular human shit, but like, how can we grow apart if we both in each other's business?
Yeah, I'm being my business.
So
Stay out of my business, baby. You hear me?
So yeah, I'm done.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. We just went all the way left from what was that intentional dating. I ain't gonna lie though. It's gonna be some folks tuning in for sure. It's gonna be some folks tuning in because you said a bunch of stuff for sure that's gonna hit home.
I gotta say this last thing. Ask the hard questions early. Ask the hard questions. Do not wait till y'all 2 years in to figure out if, again, he want to have a family. Do you really want? Does he want to be married? Is he ready to be married? Like, ask them questions. Like, our first date was crazy.
Where y'all go on y'all first date?
We went to I always forget this damn restaurant. It's by Perimeter Mall. What's it called?
But y'all went to go eat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like first
Cheesecake Factory?
No.
Man, that was on that list. Now that was on the list. You better not go to Cheesecake Factory. You can't go.
Cheesecake.
No cheesecake. You know what? You know what wasn't on that list though? That went viral.
What?
McDonald's. McDonald's was not on there, so I had Big Mac your ass to death. No cap, baby.
Not Big Mac.
What? Get you a large sweet tea, baby. We straight. We straight.
Oh my God.
Santia, tell everybody how they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at trackbaby001, and then Facebook is Queen of Apps. And then my website is santiadeck.com.
Okay, and where can they can find the shoes on your website?
You can find it on my website, but the actual official website is Tronos Official, TRONUS Official.com.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you coming through.
Thank y'all for having me.
Definitely dropped a lot of gems and
super gems. Look, we can't wait. We're gonna chop that thing up, man. We're having folks chop it up.
Y'all better not chop it up crazy.
No, we gonna send, look. We gonna send you.
What?
We gonna send you some clips. We not like the media try to twist your words.
Yeah,
exactly. We ain't gonna do that.
No,
we gonna chop some
here.
of that stuff up, man.
Okay.
We appreciate you coming. Dropping all these gems you dropped on us. We appreciate you coming, showing us your product. Giving us your story, because like it's different when you get to go through it. When you get to go through, life experiences and come out on the other side on a positive note, because most people don't get to do that.
Right.
Sure.
And that's a big part of how Counting Me Out came, because at some point in time during that process, people were saying, man, Santia ain't shit. Like, we ain't even, you feel me? And you 100%. Found a way to make it make sense on the other side. So
I love that.
From the Counting Me Out podcast, we appreciate you coming, for being the first, I can't even say first, but for being one of the only Black shoe company owners.
So I am the first female athlete to ever own a shoe
I wanted
company.
to say that, but I didn't want to overstep. Being the first, that's even bigger. Like, that's a hell of an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In itself. Not even talking about nothing else. Like, this is a huge accomplishment in itself.
Thank
so
you.
from Counting Me Out, we want to give you your flowers for, going above and beyond what people said you can do.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
From the Counting Me Out podcast, keep going, man, because it's a lot of people, like you said, it's a lot of people that's watching, that's tuned into your story.
Yep.
That you provide that little push for them to keep going too. So
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's your girl JQ.
And it's your boy Spoon.
And we're out.